for coming. My name is Constable Danny McKinnon, Winnipeg Police Public Information Officer. Before we get on with the matter at hand, I'd like to provide a land acknowledgement. We're in Treaty 1 territory, the home and traditional lands of Anishinaabe, Ojibwe and Innu Cree, and Dakota peoples, and in the national homeland of the Red River Métis. Our drinking water comes from Shoal Lake 40 First Nation in Treaty 3 territory. Okay, as you can see, we have an image up here on the screen and in your electronic release. The Winnipeg Police Service are seeking the assistance from the public to locate a suspect in a shooting-related robbery. And this occurred on October 11th around 2 p.m. in the 600 block of Maryland Street. A man in his 30s was robbed and ultimately shot during a meetup to sell an item using an online platform that he had prearranged to sell. He was transported to hospital in critical condition, sustained life-altering injuries, and has now been upgraded to stable condition. The suspect is described, as you can see, a black tall man with some braided hair, wearing all black clothing. Major Crimes Unit has taken over this investigation. And although they did have some video surveillance they were able to capture, still looking for more information. If you have video surveillance or you know this suspect or his whereabouts, please contact the Major Crimes Unit, 204-986-6219. Or if you'd like to remain anonymous, you can do this same reporting through Crime Stoppers, the tip line, 204-786-TIPS, or winnipegcrimestoppers.org. And as well, we just like to remind everybody, absolutely, these situations can potentially be dangerous, as we see here. Winnipeg police stations offer a safe buy and sell exchange zone, and to please take advantage of those and other safety precautions, which we can certainly discuss and we have on our general Winnipeg Police website. Of course, this is a tragic incident, and this isn't the first time we've seen something like this evolve. Any questions?
What kind of item was stolen? Is it an expensive piece of technology or something? Yeah. Is he carrying it? It kind of looks like a laptop.
You know what? I can't confirm that is the stolen item, but that certainly looks like an electronic in itself. But yes, an electronic piece was taken.
Can you say what platform they used to?
No, I don't want to.
A common one though?
It's a common one. Yeah, a very common one.
So in terms of the meetup, I mean, it's, maybe investors don't know at this point, but I mean, is it just the guy demands the item, victim says no, and then pulls out a gun and shoots him kind of thing? Is that really what seems to have happened?
So what I need to do here is walk back a little bit to explain to you why this release doesn't perhaps have as much meat and potatoes as you want me to fill in, which I can fill in, but the key piece here is we need to find out who this suspect is. He needs to be identified, and that's going to happen through the public. We have to be very careful that we're not being overly prejudicial because he's not been identified yet. So that's something we're very cautious of in this office. Had we known who this individual was, we had a name, birthday, knew where he lived kind of thing, we would just issue a warrant. So we're not at that stage, but anecdotally, this is how these things play out, Eric, like you said. It's a regular meetup. You go online, you have an item to sell. We've probably all done it ourselves, and you choose a place to meet. Many of us have done it at home. I've sold items at home too, and you just feel like you're going to be okay with this. But every once in a while, someone will take advantage of that, and this was just such a tragic, violent, unfortunate ending to this situation.
I mean, and you may not want to say, but I mean, was this at or near the victim's home, or was it the?
Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to specify exactly where it was, but what I will say is it was in sort of a local area. It wasn't in a big public space. And I'm by no fault, faulting the victim in this situation. Like I said, we've all done it. I've done it. But
Can you mention some safe zones? Can you elaborate a bit
Yeah,
on those?
I will.
How those work?
yeah, so they're officially called buy and sell exchange zones. They exist at all 4 of our police stations. So here in headquarters out front, the new North District Station, East District, and West District. And essentially, so they're not monitored in the sense like a police officer doesn't come out and, monitor it or broker the deal at all, but it's well lit. There's obvious cameras and there's always police around all of the police stations. So it's a place where you can go and, hopefully feel safe to sell your items. And it's going to deter people that want to have another plan in mind.
Possible, just a quick question in regards to the safe selling and like the transaction zone. I understand these are located in the 4 police stations, but Winnipeg is huge, and obviously for some
Yeah.
people getting to the station
Not
is
convenient.
yeah. And for those people who still need to conduct their transactions outside of these zones, any other offers of devices?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you. And Aiden, do you mind putting those clips up there, please, with those suggestions? Okay, he's going to put up some bullet points too, but we'll just, it's on our restream, but so I'll just go over it with you live then. Yeah, big public spaces, so anywhere that's well lit, they're going to have a big foyer entrance area that's going to have surveillance with good pictures. Have a friend with you, don't go alone. Always do it during the daytime. Take a photo or record the information of the individual, like a screenshot that you are selling the item to, because sometimes when people are surreptitious, and certainly not at this level of violence, but they'll just, plan on maybe physically robbing you, just pushing you and taking the item and running off. That way you'll at least have some type of record of who you had communication with.
And just in the past, you're saying that previous incidents like this occurred before. When we see incidents like this, do you often find that the victims, often don't just give it up freely? Obviously, if a gun was used, would assume there'd potentially be some pushback in terms of letting that item go that led to the shooting? Or have we seen that in the past before?
Police reports have been made both ways.
I mean, this is, obviously shootings aren't exactly uncommon in Winnipeg anymore. Same with robberies, but I mean, is it unusual to have these kinds of gunpoint robberies that aren't related to the drug trade or the underworld, and then have somebody shot? I mean, are these common? Are they like? Do you have any idea of how?
They're
often?
less common. That's why I thought it was really important to do this announcement today. I have no doubt that Major Crimes and General Patrol will identify this fella and have him in custody in short order. I have no doubt about that. But it was more important to send out public messaging because he's not arrested yet. And I don't want anybody else to sell an item to him and get hurt. And secondly, just to be aware, because online platforms have become such a big part of our daily life, just, to make a few extra dollars or sell some items, get rid of some clutter. I use them frequently. We've all done it. Let's just sober second thought, be really aware. Anything else?
One more thing, since this is a firearms related one, I'm just gonna ask this for clarification. Were there any information about how the firearm was acquired or anything? about firearms?
No. Too soon.
Suffice to say, police considering him armed and dangerous at this point, this suspect.
Yeah, good point. Absolutely.
But again,
Call
just-
911 if you do find out any information about his whereabouts. Please call 911.
So, and again, understanding, the purpose of this one, but I mean, this kind of robbery where somebody's shot, this is not common. You don't see this very often.
No, this is serious. This is serious stuff. This is completely random, completely unknown.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.